Alright, so this is like behind the scenes type of look. but mostly it's really a investment proof video. That I did receive a lot of my investments, a lot of stuff that I spent money on. And you might be interested in seeing this stuff. Seeing what I put money into. Some of the stuff has already made me some money. I don't have my ultimate rare Yazi, Evil the Yang Zings. I already sold that. But I do still have the Baxtia. I have 3 of them there. They cost me like about $1 each. They're worth a little more than that now. And they're just, they'll grow. They'll grow eventually. Let's see. Where are they? Looking for their Yang Zing. There it is. Oh, there he is. Just got me some Denlongs, Trish, all the good stuff. So here's 2 Denlongs. They came in packages. And since already double sleeved and all that good stuff already packaged away, this package is damaged, but they're already sealed up, so I'll keep them sealed. There's no need to pull them out at all. They're already sealed up. So I should just stack them away. I got 2 Denlongs. I've made about 15 bucks initially when Denlong was unbanned and was using the Dino deck. I think I also paid like $1 at that time, so made some good money. And if these get unbanned, they could shoot up to 10, 15, maybe even more now. Since it'll be more sought out, so then I can make some extra money. All right, so I got the Danlong investments. Clearly, somebody's expecting crystal needle fiber anytime soon. There's a lot here. I probably got like 15 or more. TG Wonder Magicians. Yeah, she's good, in general, mainly because of crystal needle fiber. Her ability to pop back row when you summon her. When she gets popped, you draw a card. So that's really good. She's of course a synchro tuner, so you can synchro on your opponent's turn. That's always good. I like the idea of using her in a 2-star non-tuner on my opponent's turn. Do a Black Rose play, right? To devastate my opponent's board. But I also like to do the formula thing. I'm gonna buy a couple more formula synchrons. Because the ones I did have, I sold, and then some of them I'm actually using for my own decks. So when I get Crystron Native Fiber, I will have obviously TG Magician and formulas to go with them. Some decks, because you can make Crystal Native Fiber and you can summon or buy Crystal Native Fiber, you don't necessarily need to run main deck MST and stuff like that. So having monsters that can pop back row inherently are the thing to do now, right? That's why I like Eccentric Archfiend. It's a monster that I can use to pop spells and traps with, but I can also pop a monster with it if I put it in a monster zone, or I can use it for pendulum summon, or I can also use it for link summoning, synchro summon, all that good stuff. So I've been trying to get away from like playing MSTs and playing Eccentric Archfiend Eccentric and Nightmare Phoenix, and then of course once Native Fiber is available, then her. So these are my MST replacements, because I gotta be able to control that back row. Then there's stuff like Yazi is a good card because you can target a card you control plus one opponent's cards, pop them and stuff. Can get a similar ability from Baxia. Got it should be 1. Have some cover just to keep it in good, just to keep it strong. I decided just to keep it in the case and just use the cardboard backing to hold it in place. Triple Burst Dragon, can't see him, but he's in there. Triple Burst Dragon, he's shooting up to like $5 now. there's still some cheap copies that I might scoop up. Like the cheapest is like 3, the next is 4, and then it shoots up to 5. And I bought this one, it was like $2.50 or something like that. So I got it relatively cheap. So now, it's in the condition in which the $5 version is. So it's like, I doubled my money already, and I only bought one. I would like to get more, because I would like to use one specifically for guard dragons and whatnot, among other uses. I'm even thinking of using it in Solomon Greats. So there's that. All the stuff is old. Obviously, crystal needle fiber, right? Among other things I can do with it. I forgot that I keep forgetting that he is a tuner, so you can make him get his, do stuff with him, and then use him to make crystal needle fiber, right? So there's that. What else I got? Let's see. Anything else? Obviously some Shadal stuff. Diffusion, Winda, Krista. This could also be potential for crystal needle fiber. It is a 3-star synchro tuner. It's generic, so it could be made like a 1-star tuner and a 2-star non-tuner, or 2 tokens or something like that. So this might have some relevancy. It is a machine. It's Win. It's 3, so it's a synchro tuner. Crystal needle fiber type target. It could be potentially a target for that. And then probably remember the old stuff. Chunk Speeder. Eventually he'll make a comeback. He'll eventually do what he should have been done. These are just some stuff I held on to that I had. Important to keep in mind. Okay, so part of why I'm doing this video is to be able to share thoughts on why holding on to certain cards or even investing in certain cards. Cards that have original effects instead of errata effects. Like this is the original Dark Strike Fighter with the original effect, which is not once per turn. And this is the original Goyle Grind, which doesn't require an Earth Tuner to make, and it's the ultimate rare. So having monsters that have the original effects are nice to have, especially if you're a collector. Another thing is if you want to play old formats, right? You want to have some fun and play some old combos and stuff. I used to use Dark Strike Fighter with Magical Scientist, and I used with 1-for-1. So the idea was to get Magical Scientist on the field, a 1-star tuner. So that's what the whole 1-for-1 thing is, to help you get either one of those 2 cards, to get either whichever piece you need, whether it be the 1-star tuner or the Magical Scientist on the field by playing 1-for-1, and then use Magical Scientist effect to bring out a fusion. Then use that 6-star fusion, because you want a 6-star fusion, and the tuner make Dark Strike Fire. Then bring out a 6-star tuner, launch it, deal 1200, bring out 6-star fusion, launch it, you get the idea. And then that's how you'll Dark Strike Fire FTK. You could launch himself, because he's 7, so he'll deal 1400 damage if you launch himself. So that was the Dark Strike Fire FTK, because he was more than once per turn, and there was no Master Rule 4, and that's nothing. You can play Master Rule, without Master Rule 4. You can play old, rulings. You could play where you play a field spell, and your opponent's field spell is gone. So the idea is, like, if you just want to play some old decks, combo strategies, with some friends, or make a tournament or something, it's just an idea. Or just in general, you just like the idea of having the old version, then you have the errated version in your collection, so you can show this is what it used to. It used to be like, and look at the new version when they errated it. Same thing as having the original Chaos of Dragon at full power, and then the watered down version, right? So that small story for that, for why it's worth holding on to that. This does have an assault mode version. This might be relevant. It requires a psychic non-tuner monster to create. It's a 9-star, but it only requires 2 materials, so that's useful. So just a psychic monster and a generic tuner like Mech Knights. Mech Knights, they're psychics. You can special summon them, summon a tuner, boom, create him, boom, do some assault mode plays. So that's something to consider. I agree. I admit that I just came up with that Mech Knight idea right now about because I just realized, I just remember like today that Mech Knights, yeah, they're psychics. Bang! I didn't think of like, oh yeah, I could put this in Mech Knights with tuners. We'll make this salt mode it. I just thought of it right now while making this video. Why it would be a good idea to have this, but just in general, it's just a really good card. His effects is really good. Being able to deal piercing damage and gain life. Life gaining really useful, especially when it comes into time. You know, time rules. Just in general, I've always wanted the ability to like have cards that give me life. That's why I invested in Binary Sorceress. Um, you know, definitely held on to this. Thought Rulers. I try to always incorporate some type of life gain. Also, you know, been reintroducing burn cards like Ceasefire Justicers back into my decks, bringing destruction. I've been trying to bring burn back because it's always been part of my overall dueling strategy, other than negate and control and OTKs and FTKs type of strategies. You know, just even burn in general, where like, yeah, I attack you for a couple of damage and I finish you off with burn. But life gaining is very important because you live longer. And if you live longer, you duel longer. And if you duel longer, you have a higher chance of winning. Because you didn't lose yet, right? That's the point. Since you didn't lose yet, higher chance. This is just an ultimate rare, and it's like about a $12 card. So for collectors, this will be relevant. Also have them right. What is it called? Go format, Metamorphosis. Make this. This has a um, an ability to hate graveyard hate. So that's, I actually played this in my Magical Sciences deck, or Goat format deck they call it now, but my Magical Sciences deck. These are some old stuff. Tokens are good to invest in, but I just have it just because I had it. And it's like, oh, gotta hold on to the mighty Kaiba. Time Lords. Those are some old stuff, nothing really new. Chidori's. See, there's the Proxy Dragons, because obviously they're generic. You can use tokens to make them. That's really good. Binary Sorceresses, which should be right here. You can't use tokens for them, but you see they have the side arrows, and they only require 2 monsters. But she does have abilities to give you life when you deal damage with the monsters as Link. So that's really awesome ability to have. So I use her in some decks more than I use him, but he was the original target, so I can Link, but then she became a thing. I was like, oh yeah, I like her. So I was like, oh, definitely I get more because of that life gain ability plus the whole side arrows. So for linking, moving on. So that's, and then Lightning Chidori, bought it a while back. I wanted the ultimate rares, but the ultimate rares were already 10 at the time, and this was like, I think $3 or less, probably like $2.50 or something when I bought this one. So it's like, yeah, cheaper. You know, it's a high rarity, it's not low, but it's not ultimate. Ultimate's worth more, but this could be, worth something, especially when the Harpy stuff becomes a thing. Then this will be worth more than the $2.50 I spent on it. So I only have one. Doka, I have a Dino deck, so I do play Dokas. But also it's the fact that Dino Wrestlers was announced, and they can make Doka, and if they become meta relevant, obviously these can go up and more up in value. I mean, some they kind of already did go up a little bit. I spent like $2 something for each of these, and they're reaching $3 to $4 already. I sold some of these before for like I think around $15 each or something like that initially. So hoping for the same thing, where they could be $15 each, so that's $30 right there for a $5 investment. Plus, if dinosaurs become popular again, like the true Draco dinosaurs and stuff, then some people want that. So it worked for me before, so it could work for me again. So it doesn't hurt to reinvest in stuff you invested in before. Trains, obviously. And tonight, just in case, Being Sanctuary, still believe in this card. It's a really good card. I tend to try to splash it in once in a while in some decks where I might need uh, a monster. Well, I might need to be able to get a monster on the field. For seed summon. For link summoning or single plays or even tribute or something. But I don't want to use like instant fusion or maybe a Ghost Sarcophagus Giant Rex type of play. And I want something that can generate a monster that can use for like maybe a tribute summon or link summon or something. Be able to extend plays. The fact you can play more than one copy per turn is useful. Prefer to play commons, but I got the secret rare ones from Legend Collection Kaiba. For those who catch on to that trick. You can make a Link Spider, Link Creeble with it, so it has some uses, obviously, quite a good amount. These I might liquidate sometime soon because, they're not really doing much right now. Someday they might. Hoping maybe Cyber Dragons would have made this into something, but that hasn't panned out yet. So we'll see what that does. This is for the Well, people start playing Dragoonies, and this is a really good card to hurt your opponent's extra deck because it's similar to kind of like Ash Blossom, not Ash Blossom, Winter Cherries. The whole ability to surgically remove stuff from your opponent's extra deck. This has the potential for that. Also, Guard Dragons is the reason I invested, but Dragoonies, they do have Dragon Beans and whatnot, and Dragoonies can use Guard Dragons, so why not, right? So this has a lot of potential to be used. People prefer other stuff, but this ain't bad. Why try to U-link somebody when you can just make sure they have nothing to link into, right? That's just the way I'm thinking. Interesting enough, a story for this is that I actually only ordered one. I double checked before making this video, and it's like I actually only ordered one. I was surprised to find out that there's actually another one behind it. So the person who sold it to me, thanks. I think I paid like $250 for one, but I got two, and they're going up to like $3 value now. So that right there, $6 value. No, I paid $2, and I got two, and so $6 value now. So that's a $4 profit right there off of a $2 investment. Because I just so happened to get an extra one when I only ordered one. So that's great. Then we have, I didn't buy this recently. This is old, so it's Lazy on Time Lord. Great card. Just keep it moving. Just make sure I don't have no old investments in here anymore. Just old stuff. Alright, so these are some of the newer stuff. Except for that, just want to point out that this is ironically the highest rarity of Grand Horn of Heaven, which is the platinum gold rare. Just pointing that out. For those who want to bling out, that's the highest rarity. And it's a relatively good card. I like it. The whole ability to force your opponent into battle phase. Very useful. If you use that card, if you use Grand Horn on your opponent's main phase 2, it will actually become the end phase. So that's important to keep to note. So if you just so happen to have 2 of these on the field, and you like activate one on their main phase when they like link summon or something, and they go into the battle phase, like, all right, go main phase 2. All right, continue link summoning. All right, second Grand Horn, end your turn. You gotta love that. I've done that a lot. Barkion, of course. Would like to get some more Notorious Beasts, but got a couple Barkions. I think there's 6. I think there's 3 in here. Yeah, there's 3 in here. Order 6, which means I should have 3 on. That should be I should still be waiting for 3 more. Of course, want to order 6 Barkion, so it's a relatively cheap. And this is the Legend Collection 5Ds one. High-ish rarity, not the highest, but high-ish. There's way higher ones, but you know, it's a good card. It's playable, good against trap-based decks. I like to use it with in combination with Notorious Beast because I can make Notorious Beast and maybe use a Global Bright Self-Fact to bring it back, and then make a Barkion, and then bring back the Notorious Beast from the graveyard with like a Monster Born or something, and then I have Barkion and Notorious Beast, and that tends to beat a lot of decks. And then Trishula, Trishula, you know, I mean, it's a great card. This is the reprinted version, the Baller set version, and I plan to put this in and Barkion in my Dino deck once the 2-star Dino Wrestler Tuner Monster comes out. Splash that into the deck, and then I have access to, you know, the ability to go first turn Trish or Notorious Beast, which is really good to have. Just options. Gotta play above the meta. Always gotta be doing better than what the meta decks can do. Alright, Foolish Burial. There's a couple decks that I use. Foolish Burial. Oh, this is Foolish Burial of Goods, not just regular Foolish Burial. Foolish Burial of Goods. And I got the Baller reprinted set, Ultra Rares. Obviously, I got the Assault modes, so I'll just point that out. Assault modes, you know, obviously because Assault mode will support, and I do have an Assault mode deck. I have a Dragon Ruler Assault mode deck, but I might rebuild the rank 4 one because Summoner Monk and the Quick Play and some of the support will make a rank 4 version really, really nice. Plus, it's tournament legal. The Assault mode, the Dragon Ruler version, I can't take to a tournament, but the rank 4 Assault mode variant with the new support, I can't take to a tournament. So, I will want to. These are 3 True Kings of All Calamities, rank 9 play, really good monsters, good in obviously in any decks that can make rank 9. There is some rank 9 support, just like Link Monster, they can spam out rank 9s, and I think there's even a spell card that can get you a couple 9 stars on the field real quick, and then you can obviously make this, and it's a really good card. Detach, boom, call an attribute, and there you have a floodgate. Basically, you have a light imprisoning or shadow imprisoning type mirror effect for any attribute you choose. So you can have like a wind imprison mirror, a fire imprison mirror. You get the idea. So it's a really good card. 3,000, 3,000. It also prevents that attribute if you pick like wind, you know, fire, whatever. Monsters of that attribute also cannot attack. So it's really good. So I had to reinvest in that. And like I was saying, Foolish Burial Goods, I use it in certain decks, especially decks where I'm trying to get my spells and traps into graveyard because they either have graveyard effects or I can recycle them. And I specifically use this in Solomon Greats. And I have a proxied out Solomon Great deck. I did order most of at least half the deck. I'm just waiting for it to come in, but I proxied out the Solomon Greats so I can test them out. So just a whole bunch of proxies so I can test them out. You know, these are all placeholders. Once I get the actual cards, I'll just take the cards, all these stuff in here out and put it on the real stuff. See, I have the gold Foolish Burial Goods because it combos well in this deck. Synergy. Another thing I did buy, somewhat of an investment, was an Ultimate Rare Dark Magician. So, first edition. Ultimate Rare. Woo. It's not near mint. I'm a little disappointed in it because the listing said it was near mint. The picture of it looked pretty good, so I bought it. It was relatively cheap, like $254 or something like that. No, $265. And a mint condition first edition Ultimate Rare Dark Magician. It's like $5 on TCG Player. So that's why I was like, oh, that's a great deal. That's nearly half the price. And then it's half the condition because it's mildly played, used. Is how I classify it. So, it's for my own personal enjoyment. I started off with Dark Magician when I started playing the game, and I've evolved from there and played tons of other strategies and whatnot. But I'm still a fan of Dark Magician. So, and Ultimate Rares is one of my favorite rarities. along with secret rares. So an ultimate rare Dark Magician was like, yes, the ultimate warrior in terms of attack and defense. It literally says on the card, so why not get an ultimate rare version, right? Let me bring it back out for those who might actually care to see it again. An ultimate war wizard in terms of attack and defense. Ultimate rare. A little behind the scenes fan service right there, right? Some spores, some common ones. I did finally order the super rare ones, so I'm just waiting on. I still have some investments still coming in. Don't like the fact that that got some water damage there. Hopefully that's water damage. Hopefully that's not something else like boogers, spit or something. All right, but common ones, so I can put them in my decks. I already put one because yeah, there's 5 here. I ordered 6, so one of them is in my plant link deck. Still waiting on Crystal Needle Fiber. I got the test deck over there. I got a deck box set with the label on it that says Solomon Great. That's more likely where I'm going to put the Solomon Great deck in. I guess that'd be the end of the video.